What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and in this video we're taking a look at a brand new plugin from Sonible. This is Smart Reverb 2. So of course this is the successor to Smart Reverb. We've got a new UI, new features, and this is really going to change the way that you use reverb. Of course, I've got a link in the description if y'all want to check it out, learn more about it, or pick it up. We'll get right into this. I'm going to try not to make this too long because there's really a lot that we can cover with this. But let's go over these controls. Of course, I'll let you hear what it sounds like. So Smart Reverb 2, kind of looking at this broken into 3 sections. On the left here, you see we can blend between room, hall, plate, and spring reverb. And then in the middle is going to be distance. So you'll notice that you don't have a blend between wet and dry with this reverb. Instead, you have distance. You also don't have decay time. Instead, you have size. Now, with the distance, as I move this, at the top being back, the bottom being front, you can see that we can move the source back to front. And that's this middle section. We can also highlight multiple instances that we have in here, and we can move that at the same time as well between them. On the right side, we have our reverb tail. This is really cool because you can actually see in real time the reverb tail, which is not something that I believe I've seen on other reverb plugins. Usually you get like a graph or like a visual showing the tail, but not seeing it in real time, which we have here. We also have the ability to add groups. This is very similar to Smart EQ4, where you can add groups for instances. Now, I have drums. I have a piano, pad, and another piano. I've got the piano, pad, and the other piano set to hall. Drums I have set to room. I have some more instances of Smart Reverb here because these groups do have a maximum to them that I found out. I forgot how many, but it might be 8 or 10. You can see all of these guitars I have set to spring here in the bottom left. Go to manage groups. So we've got the piano here, drums. This is what's in that other group. But this one is just all these guitars. All right. Oh, we also have a manual override, which we hit this, and you can use this to do ducking, as well as just change the weighting between the frequency bands, high, low, mid. With the reverb, we also have a wet all. So you can set this to wet, which we'll go over a little bit later in this video. But one thing about Smart Reverb 2 is this is mostly meant to be used as a direct insert and not on a bus. So this is why I say that it changes how we use reverb. And you'll notice that on these instances, I've got them directly inserted and not set to a bus like you typically would with a reverb. All right, so let's check this out. I've got this on the guitars. I've got it on a pad, drums, and the piano. Let's take a listen to this. So I really like how you can see that reverb tail in real time. Let's take a look at the distance feature here. So on these drums, let's solo that, and I'll just show you moving it from the front to the back. And we'll start with it in the front, which I can adjust this from here, or I can adjust it from here. I also forgot to mention we also have a width control that we can use as well. Also clarity and color. The more positive we have is going to be brighter, more negative is going to be darker. So you can see the further back that you place it, the more reverb you're going to have. The more forward you bring it, the less reverb you're going to have. And again, this is replacing more of that traditional wet and dry that we see on typical reverbs. All right, so let's now check this out on a vocal and a guitar. And for this, we'll take a look at how to use it on to use it traditionally as a bus. All right, so in this session, I'm using Smart Reverb 2 more traditionally on a bus, but I'm also going to move it on the insert to show you how that works as well here with this vocal and a guitar. So on the vocal and the guitar, I've got Smart EQ 4, I've got Smart Compressor 2. On the mix bus, I've got Smart Limit, and then I've got a bus for the guitar reverb, and I got a bus for the vocal reverb. Let's open this up, and you can see here we've got the vocal reverb, and here we've got the guitar reverb. Both of these I have set to room right now. Let's take a listen.
Could you please come back? Without you my heart lacks the good it used to feel. Just want to feel something real. I understand it if you're too hurt to care, but just hear me out, please give me some air. I broke your heart, I put it back together. My friends are dumb, baby, so much better. Oh.
All right, so that was room. Let's solo this vocal and go through some more of these features. So let's move. Right now we've got the vocal on room. Let's move over to hall.
Could you please come back? Without you my heart lacks the good it used to feel. Just want to feel something real. I understand it if you're too hurt to care, but just hear me out, please give me some air. I broke your heart, I put it back together. My friends are dumb, baby, so much better. Oh.
All right, so again, that's with this on wet enabled. Oh, let's take a look. So if you're familiar with pure verb, we've got different options here between normal, reverse, bounce, and infinite. Let's take a listen to that. Let's move that back to plate. And so we've been hearing normal. This is now infinite.
Could you please come back?
And that's just going to keep going infinitely. Reverse.
Could you please come back? Without you my heart lacks the good it used to feel.
And then we have bounce, which I believe is a blend between reverse and infinite.
Could you please come back? Without you my heart lacks the good it used to feel. Just want to feel something real.
Well, definitely not infinite there. But yeah, those are the four different modes that you can place this in. Okay, so now, because this is meant to be used more so as an insert, what we're going to do is remove these. We'll add some new instances on the guitar and on the vocal and show you how to set this up. We'll just copy that over. Okay, so if you're familiar with Sonible plugins, we know what this green button does. If you're not familiar with Sonible plugins, we hit this and it's going to learn what your source, and it's going to suggest some settings for it. So start with the guitar. I'm going to go to guitar acoustic. Actually, let me also show you this, because we can, let me move this out the way here. So with this vocal, let's go to group. Let's just create a group, add this in. All right, so now we've got both of them here. We can select both of these at the same time and have this learn at the same time. So let's do that. Let's bring the guitar back in.
I understand it if you're too hurt to care.
Actually, we need to take off. Oh, wait. Yeah, make sure that's off. Let's make sure that's off on. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's highlight both of these and let's have it learn.
I understand it if you're too hurt to care, but just hear me out, please give me some air.
Okay, that's done. Let's move the vocal a little more back towards that plate. The guitar, let's move that more towards the room. And you'll notice that I've got the Smart Reverb 2 as the last thing in this chain. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I place it first, now we're adding reverb to the signal, and then that reverb signal will then be sent to an EQ, compressor, anything that you have following. That's just not the signal chain that I would choose. I would rather add the reverb last and do all my corrective or additive EQ, compression, anything I want to do first, and then add the reverb last. So if I need to clean up frequencies, all of that is being done before the reverb is being added. Let's take a listen to this color now. So this is let's take the vocal, and we'll just take that all the way and give it a brighter color, and the guitar, let's just give that a darker color and take a listen.
I understand it if you're too hurt to care.
Actually, I'm going to just a lot of reverb on the vocal. Let's take the vocal and move that more towards the front.
I understand it if you're too hurt to care, but just hear me out, please give me some air. I broke your heart, I put it back together. My friends are done, baby, so much better. Oh, could you please come back? Without you, my heart lacks the good it used to feel. Just want to feel something real.
All right, so if I was actually mixing this, I'd more so go for the room for this vocal, for this type of song and this feel, but I do like this plate sound here. So let me get to some final thoughts here on Smart Reverb 2. I really like what Sonible did here. This front to back distance feels a lot more intuitive to me than just using a wet and dry. And I also like that this matrix that we have here for the room, hall, spring, plate, outside of like the infinite or maybe reverse, we're not doing anything too crazy with effects here. This is a great sounding, more so what I call a standard reverb, not something I would go to for if I'm trying to make a bunch of creative effects, even though we can do some creative stuff with it. I'm more so like this for just standard general reverb use, and being able to place multiple instances on tracks and put all of that into this matrix now allows you to mix reverb on multiple sources all at once versus, setting up a bus for, your guitar, setting up a bus for the strings, setting up a bus for the vocals, and just having all these different buses created, putting it directly on the track. Handling this all in one UI here is a really nice thing that they put together here. Really a fan of this, and this is definitely feels like an upgrade to Smart Reverb, and I like that it's something new. I'm getting tired of seeing the same old stuff. I've said this before that it takes a lot to impress me. This impressed me. This is something that we haven't seen before, and it's done in a really intuitive way. But yeah, definitely comment and let me know what y'all think about this. Pricing, the intro price for Smart Reverb 2 is $89. If you have Smart Reverb 1, you can upgrade to 2 for just $29. And again, I'll have a link in the description if y'all want to check them out, learn more about them, or pick them up. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. And if y'all want to continue to see content from me, then y'all know what to do.